Some people called Alistaire Overeem the Mike Tyson of MMA. He is known as the Demolition Man in MMA circles and had a career that spanned over 20 years. Alistaire sees Overeem, originally from Hounslow, England but raised in Holland, had a remarkable career in combat sports. His journey through kickboxing and MMA is notable. Overeem's notable victories include a decision win over the legendary Peter Aerts, both hailing from Holland. He continued to make a name for himself with a series of impressive performances. Overeem's MMA career saw him competing in various organizations, including a memorable match in Ultimate Glory where he submitted Tony Sylvester. Shortly after, at Dream 12, he also secured a submission victory over James Thompson. Later, in K1 competition, he knocked out Uwerton Teixeira but faced a significant challenge in a rematch with Mirko Cro Cop Filipovic, where he experienced a first-round TKO loss, dashing his hopes of winning the K1 World Grand Prix final that year. Overeem transitioned back to MMA, facing Kazuyuki Fujita at K1/Dynamite Power of Courage 2009 and winning via a first-round knockout. Overeem was on the path to a title shot, with speculation of facing Fedor Emelianenko after his victory over Brett Rogers. However, Emelianenko's contract negotiations complicated the situation. With twists in the title contention scenario, Strikeforce controversially declared Brett Rogers as the title contender for Overeem, despite Rogers losing his previous fight to Emelianenko. Overeem continued to compete, notching a KO win against Devad Pocharak in the K1 World Grand Prix event and later dominating Brett Rogers in a Strikeforce bout. Overeem's title hopes rested on the outcome of the bout between Fedor Emelianenko and Fabricio Werdum, as he had publicly challenged Emelianenko multiple times. However, Werdum's submission upset against Emelianenko and subsequent savagery created uncertainty about the title fight. Amid these uncertainties, Overeem committed to competing in the K1 World Grand Prix kickboxing tournament. He secured his place by defeating Ben Edwards and ultimately won the 2010 K1 World Grand Prix Championship with a quick win over Peter Aerts, a significant achievement in combat sports history. Holding titles in both kickboxing and MMA, he continued his success by winning Dream's interim heavyweight championship with a swift knockout of Todd Duffy. In 2011, Overeem returned to Strikeforce, competing in the heavyweight Grand Prix tournament. He advanced with a unanimous decision win over Fabricio Werdum, but was later replaced by Daniel Cormier due to contractual disputes with his management team, Golden Glory. Overeem subsequently signed with the UFC and made a successful debut against Brock Lesnar.
Brock is hurt. The kick to the body. So much punishment to the body. This is going to be it. That's it. It's over.
Overeem's path led him to the #1 contender spot for the UFC heavyweight title, but his title fight was derailed when he was suspended for elevated testosterone levels. He faced Antonio Silva, with the expectation of a title shot if he won, but was stunned by Silva's knockout victory. Despite facing ups and downs in his career, Alistaire Overeem remained a prominent figure in the MMA world. His journey included wins over several opponents, though he also experienced setbacks, such as losses to Stika Miocic, Francis Ngannou, and Curtis Blades. His career included victories over fighters like Sergey Pavlovich and Alexei Oleinik before his loss to Jairzinho Rozenstruik in UFC Fight Night. However, he rebounded with wins over Walt Harris and Augusto Sakai before a loss to Alexander Volkov in UFC Fight Night in 2021. Former UFC heavyweight title challenger Alistaire Overeem has since announced his retirement from kickboxing and MMA to pursue politics. What do you think of this storied giant in MMA? Does he go on record as one of the greats in your mind? If you like this video, watch this next one.